Hey beautiful people, welcome to my kitchen, welcome to my broth making video. It's nice to have you here. How you doing? Let's start, let's go, let's rip right into it. Here's my pot, 12 cups of water, about. I'm a guesstimate chef, so it means that my cooking on top of the oven is epic. My baking sucks because I don't follow the rules. Quite like my life. Anyway, 12 cups in there, 12 cups of good water. This stuff comes out of the tap is got poison in it, so good water, especially if you're cleansing, fasting, or healing your gut with bone broth. Broth. We're making a vegan one. So, vegans, put your fingers in your ears because I'm about to talk about bones. So, this recipe that we've got can also be the base for meat bone broth. So what you do now is if you're cooking with bones, put them in a little dish and grab your apple cider vinegar, whoosh, and soak them. Vegans? Alright, let's go. So, half an onion, it's organic. 2 to 5 cloves of garlic, it's also organic. Ginger, it's organic. About that much, I reckon. Grate it or chop it. I chop my ginger, but I grate my turmeric. It's organic. Those are your root veggies. Chop them up, chuck them in, get the heat going. Now, if you're going just straight vegan, one of the things that you're going to miss out from these ingredients is fats. So, virgin coconut oil, my favorite. This is the only oil that I take to a high temperature. You may or may not have seen my video on oils. This is the high temperature cooking oil. Boom. So this will hold its integrity through the whole cooking process. So this is going to be cooking, you're going to be cooking this for like 3 days because you're going to be drinking it for 3 days, and you can keep topping up the fluids with good water. So this one can be through the whole way. If you're more interested in the other cold pressed oils. Now these ones I never cook, ever. This is hemp seed and this is olive oil, and I work with these very in a very embodied way. I know when I need this, and I know when I need this, and I know when my food needs either. And hemp seed oil, it's just stunning. This isn't my favorite brand, but it's quite a cheap one. This isn't my favorite brand of this, but they're both organic, so that's nice. So never heat these. These go in, if you're cooking your broth, these go in at the end, blop, blop, and that gives you that nice fatty coat on the broth, which is the good fats which we know we need. So there we go. There's our root veggies. There's our oils. Now another beautiful component. Oh, this just feels so opulent. Is fungus. And what do we got in here? We've got oyster mushrooms, these are dried mushrooms, shiitakes, and black fungus. So this is this is not organic, because organic is frightfully expensive. It's the only, and up to you. And also the amount of packaging that comes with this, it's a hubba bubba nightmare. So it's opportunity cost, but these, I get a big handful of these, and then I get my trusty, always where I put them, kitchen scissors, and I chop them, and they can take the heating as well, and they bring a superb flavour to that. One of the things you may have seen, you can get a fennel bulb and chuck it in. A lot of vegan broths have a leafy green component. Most of the nutrients are boiled away with leafy greens, so I don't bother putting any leafy greens in this. A fennel bulb I might put in for taste, just to give it that little zing on top of these weighty, earthy, delicious aromatic herbs, spices. Maybe a fennel bulb, but not the greens. You could, if you wanted to, chuck them in at the end of each time you're going to have some, and then sieve it out and have that. But otherwise there's just no point. It's just taking up room and a waste of beautiful greens, which I'd much rather wait till I wasn't fasting and massage and masticate and digest. So that's that. The other thing that's super important is salt. So salt, is your salt sustainable? This one isn't. This is pink. It comes from the Himalayas. This is Celtic sea salt, which has grey sea salt, which has more minerals in it. The other thing I use is local New Zealand sea salt, which is great. But this has a little bit more goodness in it. This has a little bit more goodness in it. So for the pink salts, I bring a lot of humility, a lot of love, a lot of gratitude, and a lot of blessings around this, because it is an unsustainable source. And as much as I love it, it's in my kitchen, and it will be in my kitchen probably forever, but I continue to honor the Himalayas that it comes from, and the ocean that made it 20 billion years ago. So that's a lot. Chuck it in the pot, boil it up, start sipping. Now, if you're intermittent fasting, you can have this in the morning. So it doesn't count as food because it's liquid. So it's not actually activating any of the digestive actions that fibrous food does. So it's quite nice if you're intermittent fasting and fasting on top. You can just bone broth fasting. You can just have this whenever. Don't go OTT. You know, this isn't your food. This is your nourishment. So we are, when we're fasting or bone broth fasting, we are looking at breaking patterns with foods. A lot of us have big patterns with foods. So don't use this as your food. Use this as your fuel, and try and have it in a very calm, conscious manner. And last but not least, you can, for the vegan broth, you can stick in a teaspoon of this at the end, and again that sort of works with that little zing lift. So that would be great if you've got the fenolin as well, and so it's this rich, earthy, lifting up, aromatic, high note, wunderbar. So my bone broth is on. My broth does have bones in it. Sorry about that, vegans. Sorry about that, cows. But again, I work very much with honouring the animal. These are organic bones. The cows have had a really great life, and I really honour that life that is giving me nourishment. So that's your broth, beautiful people. Go forth, make it, enjoy it, and better health, better living. I'm sure I just stole that off a television show that I don't even watch. But much love and respect. Peace.